Hey there, it's Laura Wansick. Thanks for watching. I'm so excited to share this idea that I had for how I'm going to do Project Life for the rest of 2022. So, this is a children's book that I found while cleaning out the Sunday school at my church. It's well loved. It's not in great condition, but it's good enough for the purposes of this, and I kind of like how it has some character to it. It's about 8 by 10. The inside pages are like 7 by 9. And so what I did was I started by taking out the inside pages, and I have other videos that I'm working on right now, so stay tuned if you want to see more about how to do that. And I got Epson presentation paper that's sized 13 by 19, and those are what I'm gonna use for the inside. So you can see there's that chipboard piece there that kind of stabilizes the spine. So I'm not gonna take that out because I need that because that kind of fabric of the book is holding on kind of delicately to that there. So you can see that I've got this paper. I think it's maybe like 19 by 7 point something. And you need that long paper so that you can make the pages. So if you're working with a book that's this wide, you need to get paper this big. But you could do this with any size. Now I've got these page protectors. These are 9 by 12 with 3 by 3 openings. So I just cut them in half, and they'll just add some different texture as you're kind of flipping through the book. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is cover up the inside of the book's spine. So I'm taking a piece of pretty thick paper there. Nina Classic Crest 110 pound is my favorite cardstock. So I'm getting out my score pal here so that I can score the paper, and I'm going to cover it with fabric because I want there to be something stable but also pretty there on the inside so you don't see that kind of ripped paper, and so that I'm sure that it's strong enough to hold the pages that I'm going to add here. So I'm just scoring these so that they can go on either side of that chipboard there. And then I'm going to take some tacky glue and apply it with a paintbrush. And the reason that I apply the glue with a paintbrush is so that it's a nice even spread and there's no bumps or anything as you look at the fabric. So this is Rifle Paper Company fabric that I have. I love it. I think it's so pretty, and I thought that it matched the colors of this book really well. So now I'm just putting it down on a self-healing mat and using a rotary cutter to just create a little bit of border around the chipboard so that I can fold down the fabric and create a nice edge there that you're going to see. So again, I'm using the tacky glue and the paintbrush for a nice even spread and so that there's not a lot of bulk from glue lines. And then you'll also see as I'm folding it down there, I'm cutting a little bit of an angle so that again, I decrease bulk and it folds down a little bit easier, kind of like wrapping a present. So the next step is to create what's called the signature. So in bookbinding, a group of sheets that are folded in half that are worked into the bookbinding as a unit is called the signature. So I'm scoring the paper in half. So I think that it's like approximately 20 inches wide. So I'm scoring it at about the 10-inch mark. And then I knew that I wanted some other things to kind of be mixed in with just the white pages, such as this page protector. So right now I'm thinking, okay, what can attach to that little edge there so that it has something secure to hold to within the signature. So I wanted there to be, as you're flipping through the pages, different sizes, different textures. And that's something that really appeals to me about this format, is being able to create sort of a custom multi-page, multi-texture type of book. So I've got here a pattern paper from Ali Edwards, and I'm going to attach it using red line tape to the edge of that page protector so that I've got a nice secure page when I attach all of these through the sewing machine at the end. So now I'm really starting to work through the flow of the book and attaching the papers to the page protector. That's another Ali Edwards pattern paper, and then I'm using binder clips to stabilize all the pages so that when I run them through the sewing machine, things don't get off center. I also used washi tape for this fun hexagon cut out in the very middle of the book just to secure it so that I was sure when I machine stitched it, it didn't rotate. You can see that I machine stitched it right through that chipboard that was in that spine stabilizer that I made. And here's sort of a closer look at how it looks with that little spine stabilizer. I don't know if that's what it's called, but I'm just sort of making it up. You can see how it's attached there with the machine stitching. It's actually really secure. I've flipped through this book several times. And then I'm just going to attach it to the book with glue from the spine. You can see how fun it is to flip through and see the different textures and the different sort of size pages that I've mixed in there. Now I'm just going to use that tacky glue again. This is really great, strong, quick adhering glue. Using the paintbrush again to make sure that it's smooth, nice even coverage, no bulk, and no lines. Getting it right along the edges as well. You can see I pushed down and it's already really secure. I started moving pages and bending to make sure that it was flexible, that the book could close all the way and open all the way without any weird folding or warping or shifting of the pages. I love flipping through and seeing all those different textures and sizes. And now I'm just going to go in and squeeze. I did like a lot of squeezing on the spine there to make sure, again, that it's flexible and really adhered seamlessly to the spine of the book. You can see a close-up here of how it looks. I like the character of the sort of ripped edge of the book. So here's the finished album. I'm going to do a walk through here. You can see that's about how thick it is. So 12 of these a month will probably take up about, or 12 of these a year will probably take up about the same amount of shelf space. Again, I just love the inside here where there's kind of this stamping of where I work in her elementary school, and the fact it's just so funny. I got it at our Sunday school. I love those little details that kind of tell the story of where I got this. Then went ahead and put one of the Studio Calico. Every kit, every month for Studio Calico, they have a repeated embellishment that has the month. They do it every year. And this year it's a wooden die cut with some color filled in. It's kind of like embossed. And then I stamped, I don't know if it's embossed. It's a little raised. And then stamped the year. So something that I really like about how this turned out is that it does lay flat. So every page lays completely flat, which is important to me as you flip through it. So we've got kind of the opening here. The other thing that I really like about this is there are some page protectors in here, but for the most part, things are outside of the pocket, so you can touch the texture, which I enjoy. So we've got this enlarged photo here. I believe that this is approximately 7 by 9. And then there's some kind of variance in terms of the sizes of the pages. Included this note to the Tooth Fairy from my daughter. And again, outside of the page protector, I love, you can touch that enamel and the chipboard. On the inside here, I went ahead and just stamped using one of the stamps that I came out with Ali Edwards. It's in sign language alphabet, so I just put April Love there. So this quote kind of fills this whole page here. And then these page protectors here, so you can see where it's adhered back there. This is pretty sturdy. I mean, I flipped through it a lot of times. I'm impressed by how sturdy that machine stitching is. This is outside of the page protector here too. And then the last page is just this little envelope with some notes from my husband and I to our daughter. She made a little mailbox and put it outside of her room and then lost interest, so I was sure to grab the mail. And again, I love that little stamped detail back there. So super fun. Maybe I should stamp April 2022 right there. That would be cute. I'll just do that. April 2022. I bet just regular dye ink will work. Let's go ahead and do that. April 2022. It's cute. So if you're looking for something a little fresh for Project Life, if you like children's literature, if you want to save some money, because this is actually probably cheaper than buying a D-ring album, depending on where you get the books and the supplies for the kind of bookbinding part of this. There are lots of different ways to do this. I have other videos and ideas coming down about how to convert children's books to scrapbooks. There's D-ring album options that you can create yourself. So stay tuned for more ideas.